Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze
Greetings, transit community, and welcome to the review of the 2020 and 2021 Nova Bus LFS Hybrids. These buses are the first LFS Hybrids in MTA history built by Nova Bus Company. The fleet numbers ranges from 9620 through 9910, with 9620 through 9622 known as the 2020 models, and 9623 through 9910 are 2021 models. The depots they were assigned to and are currently based out of are Gun Hill, Kingsbridge, Manhattanville, Michael J. Quill, and Tuskegee Airmen bus depots in both Manhattan and the Bronx under the branch of MABSTOA. And the bus's powertrains are that they signify the use of the Cummins B6.7 engine along with the hybrid drive of the BAE Systems HDS 200. And together, these buses sound like this. Now, here is the bus's history. The Nova Bus LFS Hybrid is a diesel-electric hybrid version of the Nova Bus LFS. It was launched at the 2006 CUDA Trans Expo in Toronto, with the first examples going to the Société de Transport de l'Outaouais at the beginning of 2007. When launched, the LFS HEV used a parallel hybrid supplied by Allison. The standard 8.9-liter Cummins ISL engine used on the standard LFS drove the wheels in combination with an electric motor. Beginning with Coast Mountain Bus Company's 2009 order, the LFS HEV was offered with 6.7-liter Cummins ISB engine. It was reasoned that fuel savings will be maximized with the smaller engine if buses were operated in appropriate conditions. The Association du Transport Urbain du Québec, representing 9 transit agencies in the province, placed an order for hybrid buses in 2013. They specified a series hybrid system which was supplied by BAE Systems. In this configuration, the Cummins ISB engine acts as a generator and an electric motor powers the wheels directly. The series hybrid option has since became an option. In the summer of 2017, the Société de Transport de Laval introduced 2 plug-in hybrid buses for an 18-month trial. The 2 LFS hybrids built in 2016 were fitted with a Euro 2019 Cummins B4.5 diesel engine connected to a TM4 Sumo HP HV900 electric generator with a TM4 Sumo HD electric motor driving the rear axle. The buses are also equipped with 111 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion batteries and a current collector. They can be quickly recharged in 10 minutes en route with a 450 kilowatt charging station and operate in all electric mode for longer distances up to 35 kilometers. The project received a $4.25 million from the Green Fund under the Techno Climate Program. In 2018, the option for an electrically driven HVAC system known as the MCC Eco 136E was introduced. The Toronto Transit Commission was the first customer to specify this option because the electric HVAC is the same height as the battery compartment. These buses with this option feature the same front fairing and full roof light design as the LFS E. Though some operators like STM in Montreal, Canada have chosen to specify a partial released raised roof line that only covers the batteries. As for MTA, the first pilot buses for this order were planned to be delivered in May 2020, though the base order of these buses was projected to be 165 buses and the option order to be 126 buses. But due to coronavirus, delivery and interest in service was delayed by several months. 0022 was delivered to Prevost Nova Bus facility in Secaucus, New Jersey in late August 2020. The first pilot, 0022, known as 9620, entered service on October 5, 2020 on the M100 out of Kingsbridge Depot, and it stayed in service there until January 2021. It was soon joined by 9622, and both periodically ran out of Kingsbridge Depot until February 2021 when the demo period concluded and both buses returned to Nova Bus. The first production buses started being delivered to various Prevost Nova Bus vendor facilities in the New York City regions, one known as the Northeastern Bus Rebuilders in Ronkonkoma, Long Island, and the Prevost Nova facility in Secaucus, New Jersey, in March 2021. The first production buses delivered went to Manhattanville Depot on March 30th to 31st, 2021, and these units were known as 9624 and 9625. The second depot to receive buses from this order was the Tuskegee Airmen Depot, receiving 3 units, 9626, 9628, 9637, in early April 2021. Then the third depot to receive production buses was Kingsbridge Depot in mid-April 2021, known as 9653 and 9664. The first day of service was on April 29, 2021, with 9648 operating on the M100 and 9652 on the BX7 making service in the morning rush hour. 9638 was the last bus in this series to enter service, doing so on the M31 out of Tuskegee Airmen Depot in early 2023. As for units 9785 through 9910, these buses are options off of the base order of LFS HEVs 9620 through 9784. The first bus in this series to be delivered was 9810 to Manhattanville Bus Depot in late September 2021. They entered service soon after. 9796 was the first bus delivered to Gun Hill on February 9, 2022, though it was assigned there for use as a trainer to familiarize drivers and maintenance staff with the LFS HEV model, a new model for the garage. The same day, the first buses for Kingsbridge were delivered, 9833 being the first, and the final unit, 9902, was delivered to Manhattanville on May 17, 2020, completing the whole entire order for this and the first option since May 2021.
Now I have a story to share. On October 17, 2020, I caught Unit 9620 when it was number 22 on the M100 making service to Inwood in Upper Manhattan. On May 7, 2021, I rode my first LFS Hybrid 9676 on the M2 Limited. There, I rode this bus from 86th Street to Adam C. Powell Boulevard, northbound. The ride feels the same as the 2018, 2021, and 2022 New Fly Xcelsior XDE40s that are numbered 9505 through 9509, 9560 through 9619, and 9416 through 9499 because they both use the same exact powertrain. On June 7, 2021, I rode the same unit on the M3 southbound from 40th Street in Midtown towards 14th Street in the Meatpacking District. On April 10, 2022, due to weekend track maintenance on the A Express line, along with the local line, I happened to ride Unit 9840 on the A local shuttle line. There, I rode it from the start on J Street Metrocheck Station to Lafayette Avenue while it was on its way to terminate on Utica Avenue in Bedford-Stuyvesant. The next day, I rode 9679 as my first LFS hybrid from Michael J. Quill Depot on the M12 from Midtown to the Meatpacking District. In November 2022, I then rode 9820 on the M11 from West Village to 49th Street in Midtown. On December 26, 2022, I rode 9743 on the M42 towards 11th Avenue from the Grand Central Spotlight. And the last time I rode was May 19, 2023. I rode 9727 on the M42, also from 11th Avenue to Times Square.
To analyze, these LFS hybrids are what I see to be the next step up LFS series of New York City since the first generation in 2009 through 2011 with the first LFS and their articulated counterparts. And the most important thing I like about these are the MCC Eco 136 HVAC units they have on their rooftops. Why do I like those? It's because the Eco 136E is a self-contained unit, including the glycol battery cooler option, which simplifies installation and reduces lifecycle costs. The aluminum electric piston compressor integrated into the unit offers reduced weight, variable speed control, and cylinder unloading. Thereby, this HVAC system meets all requirements for a compact, super efficient AC of a new bus. When it's installed on this new hybrid LFS, as mentioned earlier, the full roofline on top hides these HVAC units, making them look like what the incoming battery-powered LFS will look if they get delivered by 2024 or later. And surprisingly, here's the bonus bus. We also have our newest 2022 LFS diesels since March 2022 that have these same HVAC units exposed on top. This is why we call these LFS cone heads, since the front view of these look like a cone on top. Now, as for the LFS hybrids, I call those the inconspicuous cone heads due to their roof lines hiding it. Another special features is that these are the first LFS to have the widened plug-type rear doors, which open and slide outwards to not interfere with outside obstacles. Plus, compared to the older LFS, these also prevent from folding in to not impact the passenger's space when the bus is crowded. Yet, the major flaw of these LFS hybrids are these rear doors that were malfunctioning since they were getting delivered. As a result, in October 2021, these buses were assigned to be grounded inside of a vacant 126th Street bus depot property until the issues were fixed, and all were sent back to their respective depots by next month of that year. This also results in deliveries taking over 2 years to get the entire order of these LFS into service, besides the problem with the production at the Nova Bus plants. So in case of another LFS hybrid controversy, Michael J. Quill gave up their entire fleet of new Flyer Xcelsior XDE40s to Manhattanville, resulting for Michael J. Quill to receive half of Manhattanville's LFS HEV fleet. Another reason is to give Manhattanville operators the opportunity to familiarize themselves with another set of hybrid buses compared to what they received in the beginning, since Manhattanville had not received any new buses for over 10 years since 2010. I would wish some depots in Brooklyn would get these hybrid buses. Better yet, East New York Depot had one, which was 9622, temporarily for a day to make a test run until it was sent back to Kingsbridge Depot. But East New York Depot, as well as the rest of the Brooklyn bus division, no longer wanted the LFS for stop-and-go process and mileage gap improvements. Also, they want to reduce the discomfort of seating arrangement, which is why Brooklyn has to be oriented mostly with Xcelsior buses and various energy sources. If any Brooklyn depots get these LFS hybrids, then it's less Xcelsiors they will receive, and many Xcelsior fans, including myself, will not like that much diversion. In fact, Flatbush Depot was the only depot in Brooklyn to have LFS, and those are the 2018 LFS A's they received from Michael J. Quill back in 2019, since they had the second generation LFS A's sent to the Bronx after over 8 years since 2011 for the B44 Select Bus Service debut by 2013. As for the LFS HEV, they are the special green-friendly buses for the MABSTOA operation system. They were delivered in order to replace the 2006
and 2007 Daimler Chrysler Orion 7 O-Gen hybrids, and the 2008 through 2010 next generation hybrid siblings of these to MTA Bus Company in Queens or to be scrapped at the Eastchester Depot scrapyard in the Bronx. As of May 27, 2023, Mother Clara Hale now has 3 LFS hybrids in service, and one of my favorite units of this fleet is 9736 due to our famous New York operator Louis Lopez, who pulled it out for the 2022 LGBTQIA+ Pride March. On the other hand, the one unit I don't like is 9666. This unit commemorates the Flatbush Depot's operator, Edwin Thomas, who was murdered while operating the B-46 limited service towards Williamsburg in December 2008. And it was the 1998 Nova Bus RTS unit number 9666 he was operating. Due to the criminal history, this unit was signed off to never run service again. Then it was caught running service in Queens by 2010. Back to the positives, these are one of the newest bus models to have 100% accessibility orientation to their passengers. Additionally, 9626, 9631, and 9839 are recently the first 3 LFS hybrids to have an open stroller space alongside wheelchair spacing. Yet, more of these units are expected to have these spaces. Yet, 9622 was also the next example to prove it on the MTA's New Source collaboration.
To this week's MTA Hero. This morning, we're featuring Kerry Bowden, whose work ensures all New Yorkers can take the bus comfortably and safely. I caught up with him in the Bronx for a first-hand look at what makes his job so rewarding.
So this is where we increase the width of the doors.
There are 5,800 buses in the MTA system, 800 of them now fully equipped with state-of-the-art accessibility features, just like this one.
Over here, this is our stroller area. A parent or a caregiver can sit here. So you can have an elderly person here or somebody with a seeing eye dog. Added Omni barriers for operator safety, wider rear doors, pedestrian turn warnings.
And the list goes on. Kerry Bowden is the Assistant Chief Maintenance Officer with the Department of Buses, working out of the Zuriga Bus Maintenance and Training Facility in the Bronx. His main objective, make sure all New Yorkers can get around 24/7.
I've bought over 3,500 buses, and it means a lot to be the ones that are making the difference. The crew we have is very, very talented. They know exactly what they have to do. It's a very long process in some cases, but we have to get it right.
Kerry will tell you the making of a universal bus system is all about teamwork, and that team includes MTA's first ever Chief Accessibility Officer, Kimuel Arroyo.
The New York City Transit bus system was the first system in the United States to be fully accessible to pedestrians and people with disabilities in the nation. We set that bar. When I'm sitting in a bus and the seats are flipped up, I can easily charge my phones, charge my iPads with this UBS ports because accessibility is universal. Kerry definitely makes a lot of my dreams come true here in our bus systems, without a doubt.
And that's what makes Kerry this week's MTA Hero.
It's the best job anyone could ever have. And it's been hard to get us here, and we're not stopping.
I love spending time with that crew. They just don't work well together. They're like a family. They were very, very supportive of one another.
These LFS hybrids of the MTA aren't my first set I rode internationally. In 2019, I rode both the 2018 and 2019 LFS hybrids in Montreal, Canada, under the agency of STM, where they were delivered with a partially enclosed rooftop for their batteries. In fact, they use the same exact powertrain like the LFS in New York City. But what I wish MTA does, like what the STM had done, is make these buses run with frameless windows, which make those buses more unique for their generation. Overall, regardless of these buses' mechanical problems, these LFS will take matters into their own hands to being the successful generation of hybrid buses compared to Daimler Chrysler's hybrid models. Now, the rate is 10 out of 10. So thank you all for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And go greener with these successful hybrid buses.
Je voudrais me vider la tête. J'ai plus la force de les écouter. J'ai pas réalisé qu'en fait le bonheur est juste à
puis c'est tout. Je te ramène au bout du monde. Je me dis que ça fait quand même longtemps qu'on se dit t'inquiète. Des sacrifices, j'en fais coincer dans la tempête. Tout va très vite et tout s'enchaîne. Alors attrape ma main que je t'emmène. Garde une place, je suis dans l'hélico. Tous les deux à Mexico. Voir le monde de tout là-haut. T'inquiète, y'a tout ce qu'il faut. Je t'emmènerai jusqu'au bout du monde. Et puis c'est tout. Ferme les yeux juste quelques secondes. Je te dirai tout, je dirai tout. Je te ramène au bout du monde. Puis c'est tout. Je te ramène au bout du monde. Viens, viens, prends ma main, prends ma main. Viens, viens, prends ma main, prends ma main. Viens, viens, prends ma main. Viens, viens, prends ma main, prends ma main. Viens, viens, prends ma main, prends ma main. Viens, viens, prends ma main, prends ma main. Viens, prends ma main, prends ma main. Viens, viens, prends ma main, prends ma main. Garde une place, je suis dans l'hélico. Tous les deux à Mexico. Voir le monde de tout là-haut. T'inquiète, y'a tout ce qu'il faut. Je t'emmènerai jusqu'au bout du monde. Et puis c'est tout. Ferme les yeux juste quelques secondes. Je te dirai tout, je dirai tout. Je te ramène au bout du monde. Puis c'est tout. Je te ramène au bout du monde. Viens, viens, prends ma main, prends ma main. Viens, viens, prends ma main, prends ma main. Viens, viens, prends ma main. Viens, viens, prends ma main. Prends ma main. Viens, viens, prends ma main, prends ma main. Viens, viens, prends ma main, prends ma main. Viens, prends ma main, prends ma main. Viens, viens, prends ma main, prends ma main.
trendybeats.com.
You get to see they do me, do me, do me, do me. Hey, now the way you they do me, girl, I love the way you do me, do me, do me, do me, do me, do me, do me.
Boy, I love the way you do me, do me, do me, do me, do me, do me.
Now the way you they do me, you go wonder, my baby.
Now the way you they do me, you go wonder, oh.
So now she step into the clubhouse. See how the boys them a drop down. And all the ladies just the holla say. Them no say wahala day. If you don't so you take a busy, make it no dey for. This not a song for the dancer. The way you move your body, girl, it be like say. You no say wahala day. Now the way you dey do the things you do, it be like say you get plans for me and you. If I put it on you, you put it on me. What a man can do, a woman can do. So if you do me, I do you. Man no go vex up on the dance floor. Man no go vex, touch me, I touch you. Man no go vex, you say. Man no go vex, I say. Man no go vex.
If you do me, I do you. Man no go vex. Step on the dance floor. Man no
So
go
won't
vex.
you give it to me?
I go give it to you.
So make you give it to me some more.
Some more.
They get to see they do me. So make you give it to me. They get to see they do me. So make you give it to me some more. I said they get to see they do me. So make you give it to me.
Now the way you they do me,
So make you give it to me some more. So make you do me. Make you do me. I'ma check out the way she twist and whine it, making me feel like I'm grinding. Baby girl, I know so you the I me. After the show and the party on my room, strictly for me and you. We got plenty things to do. So pull up your bump and move, make we groove.
boy, you know say talk is cheap. I know you were tempted to roll with me. Me, I know be the busy body way you sing. What a man can do, a woman can do so.
If you do me, I do you. Man no go vex up on the dance floor. Man no go vex, touch me, I touch you. Man no go vex, you say. Man no go vex, I say. Man no go vex.
If you do me, I do you.
Man no go vex.
Step on the dance floor.
Man no go so won't you give it to me?
I go give it to you.
So make you give it to me some more.
Some more.
They get to see they do me. So make you give it to me. They get to see they do me. So make you give it to me some more. I said they get to see they do me. So make you give it to me.
Now the way you they do me.
So make you give it So make you do me, do me, do me, baby. Do me, do me,
They do me, they go.
make you do me, do me, do me,
Oh, yeah.
do me, do me. Now the way you they do me, you go wonder, my baby.
Now the way you they do me, you go undo, you go undo.
The way you they do the things you do, it be like say you get plans for me and you.
Me I no be the busy body way you sing. What a man can do, a woman can do.
If you do me, I do you. Man no go vex up on the dance floor. Man no go vex, touch me, I touch you. Man no go vex, say, man no go vex, I say, man no go vex.
If you do me, I do you. Man no go vex. Step on the dance floor.
So won't you give it to me?
I go give it to you.
So make you give it to me some more. You get to see them do me. So make you give it to me, give it to me. You get to see them do me. So make you give it to me some more. I said you get to see them do me. So make you give it to me.
Now the way you they do me.
So make you give it to me some more. So make you do me. Make you do me. Now the way you they do me. You go wonder, my baby.
Now the way you they do me, you go undo, you go undo.
Baby, ven conmigo, baila. La música es testigo, ya la veo, mamacita. Louis Vuitton es su vestido, diamante. Le gusta cuando al oído yo le digo,
Mamacita, mamacita, qué bonita. Mamacita, mamacita, qué bonita.
Ella no le baja nunca tumba, siempre anda lista para la rumba. Dos amigas que la secundan, salen y gastan la funda. Le gusta sudarle el alcohol, sola la pasa mejor. Vestida de Christian Dior, siempre llega cuando sale el sol. Dame de lo que yo sé, una botella de rosé, que la chori tiene sed. Ese booty mami la rompe. Ella tiene algo que hace que a mí me guste. Ella tiene algo que hace que a mí me guste.
I'ma put you in the mix, put you in the mix, put you in the, put you in the, put you in the mix.
Alright, okay.
I'ma love you all kind of ways. Boy, you got me caliente when you call me mamacita.
Alright,
Boy, you got me saying ooh la la. Ay Dios mío, oh my God. Call me mamacita.
Mamacita, mamacita, qué bonita. Dame eso, dame beso, dame tu corazón, dame cuerpo. Mommy, when you give me body, I won't let go. You the best, baby, yep, you special. Damn, baby, I want what you got. First time I see you, I'm like, who that? Dame dulce, dame azúcar. I do what you say, vamos a bailar. Cause I like the way you move like this. I like the way you wind up your hips. I like the way you grind and twist it. Hot damn, baby, you got me lit. When you put me in the mix, put me in the mix, put me in the mix.
I'ma put you in the mix, put you in the mix, put you in the, put you in the, put you in the mix.
alright, okay.
I'ma love you all kind of ways. Boy, you got me caliente when you call me mamacita.
Alright,
Boy, you got me saying ooh la la. Ay Dios mío, oh my God. Call me mamacita.
Mamacita, mamacita, qué bonita. Put me in the mix, put me in your vida. Put me on top, ponme arriba. Put me in between ya. Mami got the fire and I got the gasolina. Mueve mami, move it on me. Sacudolo, make me a zombie. Girl, make me sweat like wasabi. I know I got you wet like tsunami.
ways. Boy, you got me caliente when you call me mamacita. Alright, boy, you got me saying ooh la la. Excuse me, oh my God. Call me mamacita. Alright, okay. I'ma love you all kind of ways. Boy, you got me caliente when you call me mamacita. Alright, boy, you got me saying ooh la la. Excuse me, oh my God. Call me mamacita.
Mamacita